Hi, this is Progressive Shortcakes, and I'm your host, Joe Firestone. So, we have a neoliberal government that, when it comes to survival checks in the face of the pandemic, is really pitiful. Of course, that has to do with our neoliberal political system that continuously returns people to the government who have flawed views when it comes to fiscal policy. Okay, but let's review the record so far. The federal government has thus far provided $1,800 to individuals in the form of direct payments over the past 10 months. That's an average of $180 per month. If $1,400 were passed immediately, then that would raise the average to $320 per month. If $2,000 were passed immediately, then that would raise it to $380 per month. Peanuts compared to what other industrial nations are providing their citizens, which is much more like $2,000 a month or even more, because many countries have simply decided to make good the payroll of all their citizens, to not allow the going away of what they earned on their jobs. Why are we the odd man out? Why are our politicians providing so little relief to Americans? And why are we such suckers for tolerating it? Why in the last election did we vote for politicians, most of whom were against providing $2,000 checks? And when they got the chance to approve another $2,000 check at the end of December, they labored and labored and labored and came up with only $600. But it was predictable before the elections in November that these politicians were in opposition to direct payments to individuals. Why were most of them in the Senate returned to office? Why wasn't there a sweep for the Democrats? Because the Democrats weren't advocating for $2,000 a month before the election, in the run-up to the election, were they? They were advocating for more. They were advocating at least for $1,200 a month. So people should have had sense enough to know, if you want $1,200, if you want another $1,200 stimulus payment, you shouldn't be voting for the Republicans. Somehow they missed that. Maybe because the neoliberal politicians weren't really campaigning on it. Maybe because they decided to campaign on Joe Biden's platform, which made no mention of that. No mention of Medicare for all. No mention of a Green New Deal. Maybe they decided to run that way because the party was running that way. Maybe they decided to support a neoliberal outlook because all the people who were nominated by the Democratic Party were neoliberals. And all the people nominated by the Republicans were neoliberals too. But what remains true is that the voters of the United States did not have the common sense to kick out every single politician who was not supporting $2,000 per month payments for every individual for as long as the crisis lasts. Why? What is wrong with our citizens? Where has the spirit of the American Revolution gone? Why is it we won't ask for and get what is ours by voting out politicians who will not give us what we want? 88% of Democratic voters were for Medicare for all. And the head of the ticket said if Medicare for all came to his desk, he would veto it. And yet we still voted for this guy. And why did we vote for him? Because the alternative was worse. The alternative was a fascist. That's why we didn't vote for him. But why did they nominate him? Why did they nominate him? Because the voters were afraid of the one politician running for the presidency who had a reasonable chance to win, who was for providing them with $2,000 a month in COVID economic relief. Too afraid to vote for him because he called himself a democratic socialist and because other people called him a socialist, period, without the democratic in front of it most of the time. It's all ridiculous. We've all performed very, very badly. Our politicians have. Our office holders especially have. And they're still performing very, very badly. What is holding Chuck Schumer up? Get rid of the filibuster. Create a situation where 51 votes carries the day. Get with the program. Get $2,000 a month checks for everybody. Pass the Automatic Boost to Communities Act. That's all for this progressive short take. Thank you for coming. I hope you liked it. If you did, please occasionally visit my Patreon account, patreon.com/Joe_Firestone, and make a contribution. I know generally it seems as though Patreon calls for a monthly contribution. You may not want to make a monthly contribution. It's very easy to sign up and then simply cancel the contribution after a month. That's all you need to do. But you can always contribute on that particular platform. It's very easy to do so. So thank you very much. I will see you again soon with another short take.